Drivers who travel east on Route 195 in southeastern Massachusetts can't miss the big blue building bearing the name Moby Dick Marina. However, few know what the place is all about. Up until September 2012, you could have counted me among that group. That is, until I stopped in to visit owners John and Gia Zalotis, who purchased the marina 6 years ago. Moby Dick, which opened in 1994, is located on the Acushnet River some 2 miles from the hurricane barrier at the entrance to New Bedford Harbor. It's an intimate marina, quiet and well protected from storms, plus it's easy to reach, just 2 minutes from Interstate 195. But protection and accessibility are just two of the marina's many highlights, as I learned when I sat down with John and Gia to find out more about the facility. Hi, Tom Richardson for BoatingLocal, and I'm here with John and Gia Zalotis. They are the owner-operators of Moby Dick Marina right here in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. And if you've ever driven down Route 195 heading east, you've no doubt seen the great big blue building here with Moby Dick Marina, wondering, hey, what's going on there? What's it all about? Well, we're here to talk to them and tell you all about it. Guys, how long, now you've owned the marina for 6 years, is it?
6 years. 6 years.
Yep, and you bought it, has it been a dream come true for you, or has it been a lot of work?
Sure, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very enjoyable. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
That's a good place to work where people are happy.
Well, I'll tell you, it's easy access for a lot of people. I'm sure you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
People, if you want to get off the highway and get to your boat, it couldn't be quicker, really. You don't have to weave around a whole lot of back roads. It took me, I think, about maybe 2 minutes from the highway, so that's a big plus.
Yeah.
Another one is obviously your proximity to a lot of the great places to visit, like Kayaking and Martha's Vineyard and the different islands and that kind of thing. How long does it take, would you say, take the average boat to get down to the hurricane barrier from here?
It's about 20 to 25 minutes.
20, and it's because it's about 2 miles from here to the hurricane barrier.
Yeah.
And you've got to kind of go slow through some no wake zones. But
exactly.
But once you're there, you can blast out.
Fast as you can go.
Yeah, right. John points out, once you clear the harbor, it's virtually a straight shot to great day trip and weekend destinations like Kayaking and Martha's Vineyard. And a lot of fishermen love the marina because of its proximity to Buzzards Bay, Vineyard Sound, and the offshore waters south of the islands.
Yeah, we're right here. This is 195, and it's really a short run to the barrier. And from here to Kayaking is probably I'd say at about 25 or 30 are there in 20 minutes. So it's really 20 minutes to a half an hour, depending on the seas. And you're also right around the corner from Peyton Aram, which is right over here, and that takes no time at all to get to. Like you were saying, you were right here, Egg Island. That's where you catch a lot of fish, but you got to be careful because it's a little bony over there.
You're telling me.
And then to go around West Island, you know, that's this way here, and then Mattapoisett is to the east.
Moby Dick offers several options for its patrons. They can keep their boat on a mooring or one of the slips along the floating docks.
Water at the docks, electricity, Wi-Fi. The water at mean low tide, you got to know where you're going, but you know, that's the price you pay for being in a protected cove. The water is extremely calm in here all the time, so you know, if you're sleeping on board, it's great. You don't have that splashing against your hull to bother you, and
it's a pretty quiet marina. It's not a partying marina.
No, it's a quiet marina. You know, everybody has their groups, and they get together for a few beers, but nothing serious. And we also have a lot of fishing boats where they just mainly go out to fish. That's mostly those guys right over that way there. I don't know if you see them.
Sure.
And yeah, so they just get out early and they come back early and have their fun on the water.
Do they catch a lot of fish?
Yeah, they do pretty good. They do pretty good. You know, when the water starts to warm up, of course it changes, but
can you tell us where they go?
They mostly Kayaking, and they go out to Vineyard Sound.
No, tell us exactly where they go.
I don't know. They won't tell me either.
Kill you. So John, tell us a little about transient accommodations. Do you have transient slips or moorings?
Sure, yeah. We rent monthly, we rent weekly, we rent daily. You know, whatever you need. Some people will just come in for a weekend, and sometimes they'll come in for just a month. And we can always make room for anybody that wants to just give it a try for a few weeks.
Moby Dick can also accommodate boaters through its indoor rack storage with valet service. Simply call the marina before your trip and they'll pluck your boat off the rack and have it waiting for you in the water. At the end of the day, they'll take the boat out of the water and put it back on the rack. And speaking of storage, Moby Dick has plenty of room inside that big blue building.
And in the winter, it's packed solid, and the only thing we worry about is making sure we can get the door to close after the last boat goes in.
And you put the padlock on and forget about it until...
That's it. And then we're open every Saturday and Sunday between 10 and 2 for everybody to come down and tell their wife, I gotta go make a list on the boat and I'll be home a little later.
You get that, do you?
And if you're worried about security, Moby Dick has you covered, as its docks, parking area, and building are monitored by closed-circuit cameras.
We do have security cameras that we have access to on our laptops, so we can view this at all times at our home.
Oh, so you see it at home too?
Yeah, and it's taking film, so if there's a problem, if a boat gets broken into, which we haven't had that problem, so it's very secure, but if it does, the police can monitor it, they can look at it and go back. It's all DVR, so it's, you know, it's pretty high tech. And
the Zelotuses may be dialed into the future with their Wi-Fi and security systems, but the marina is about as down to earth as you'll find. Take, for example, the eclectic mix of boats along the docks, everything from trawlers to sailboats, sport fishermen to runabouts. Clearly, everyone is welcome here. And if you have a kayak or canoe, Moby Dick can accommodate you as well.
At any rate, well, and also the other good thing is we were talking about, and it's sort of a hidden gem, is the kayaking and paddling that's sort of north of here. You could launch your, you know, if you're a customer here, you launch your kayak here at the ramp and just go right through the bridge. And there's a huge amount of marshland back there and river and wildlife back there that people don't even know about, and you can do that too if it's something, you know, that you want to do something different. You don't want to go out into Buzzards Bay or the Sound or anything like that.
It's always calm.
Yeah, that's right. it's nice for a change.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, guys. Well, thanks a lot for running us through a brief tour of the place. Moby Dick Marina. Come down and see John and Gia Zelotus. They will make you feel right at home like they have me. Tom Richardson for Boating Local. Thanks for watching.